Hey, you guys. So, if you're dealing with a codependent community gang stalker who is in denial that they participated in trying to harm someone in their community due to envy and jealousy, and now they have a clearer understanding of how they were being misguided, and they want to play victim and act as if they had no idea what was going on, publicly triggered their unhealed codependency in public. This is a vulnerable aspect of themselves, okay? Um, Codependent community gang stalkers naturally try to form community gang stalking communities because their codependency says, they are not safe by themselves. They don't want to take accountability for the hardship that they cause people. And they have to be responsible, so they have to go out and about and do things. So one way to stop a codependent community gang stalker who is trying to hide the fact that they have been doing community gang stalking is to publicly expose them and trigger their codependency, which is one of their vulnerabilities. They're afraid of being taken advantage of by people. If people know that they're codependent. Okay, a lot of codependent people attract people who have strings attached to kind of help. And codependent community gang stalkers need help. So they're trying to act sweet and nice and as if they're victims so they can get help from kind-hearted people. But codependent community gang stalkers, when they get help from healthy people, they harm those healthy people. Okay? So basically, publicly trigger their unhealed codependency at their place of work. This will make them extremely aware that they have, naturally intuned biology, body aspects of themselves that helps them practice self-control and discipline. How, you may ask? When a codependent person becomes aware that they can no longer blame their emotions on very toxic communication habits that can really make people uncomfortable and have people go to extra lengths to get rid of them, they become aware, okay, I have a choice to make. I can continue carrying on the way I want to carry on, or I can sit here in this frustration and disappointment of not being able to conveniently get my way. Also, this will help them see if I keep doing it that way, the law is going to get involved. Okay? Also, when you publicly, triggered the unhealed codependency in a codependent community gang stalker who's trying to act as if they're not a community gang stalker, you want to help them redirect them and help them by refocusing them on their responsibilities. If they have children, they need to understand. Make sure you put your child's well-being first. That doesn't mean distort the child's vision because you're distorted in this point in time. That means focus on giving your child the excellent care that they deserve, that you did not. Maybe you didn't receive this care. If you did, and you went a different route, work on, you want to redirect them into inner child healing, self-parenting, because a lot of codependents are seeking parental energy to basically soothe them for the past wounds. They feel if you're strong enough to do it, then you can do it for them too. But what happens is these codependents, all the people that they were attached to, if a codependent gets access to a healthy person, the codependents who abandon the codependent that got access to you, they come back, and all of a sudden, because that codependent is too afraid to set boundaries with them, the codependent will redirect the people that they're afraid of being harmed by to harm you. Okay? So you want to redirect a codependent community gang stalker who's trying to blend into society as if they did nothing to focus on their responsibilities. If they don't have children, have them focus on, hey, what practical steps do you need to make your dreams come true? What practical skill sets do you need to be able to build, the foundation to be able to accomplish this? I know I was on the train yesterday, and there was a woman. She was basically evil eyeing me like she was trying to tear my soul apart. So I decided to sit next to her. And I saw how her body language expressed she naturally intrudes into people's lives like this. And people naturally do this to her as well. So she felt like, doing it back to someone that, she felt was an easy target, aka peaceful, balanced. There would be no consequences. When I say these community gang stalkers, if one form of gang stalking has been destroyed, they'll try to, create another form of community gang stalking. You have to understand why they do it, because they feel unloved, they feel unlovable, and the groups that they community gang stalk with provides a sense of conveniency, emotional support. That means if, there's this, like a rush, when you're trying to join a sorority or fraternity and they want to do a pledge, a lot of people will try to see how loyal they are. And these community gang stalkers who are codependent, they are so desperate for affection, they're willing to do whatever these rushes and, whatever's asked of them. This is why it's easy to trap them and shame and guilt them when the reality of the horrible deeds they've done is revealed to them. And so also this is about to be revealed as well, you guys. Okay? So, if you have to interact with a community gang stalker who is trying to blend into society, because community gang stalkers are being hunted down. Why? Because you can find their leader by revealing the weakness of a community gang stalker. Okay? You find the leader of a community gang stalker, of a group of community gang stalkers. This gives you information about the leader. The leader's connected to so many other people as well. See? So, every opportunity you have, while irritation can occur, because community gang stalkers are so codependent, and this is being broken up, like this codependency is being broken apart, you have to treat them like children. I'm talking about some adults in their fucking 50s at this point. Adults that's 29. They feel that they're able to fuck and go to work and take care of their kids. They feel I'm a responsible adult. No, you're not, because mentally you're doing things out of resentment and trying to hide it. These are the people that grow when the older they get sick real quick, real easy. And the people that they're around, they subject them to emotional battery so that they can feel sorry for them while they made themselves sick. So the goal with dealing with a codependent community gang stalker who's trying to hide, you want to redirect them every time so they can truly understand that just because they want something doesn't mean they get it on convenience. Basically, community gang stalkers got used to a lifestyle of convenience. And now because that convenience is being stripped away, they're learning they have to trust that they can emotionally get through the upheaval that they're experiencing inside. That they cannot just simply take out their internal anger on someone else and then act as if they're innocent and play victim. Because people are getting fed up with them and blasting that ass. So I'm seeing a lot of community gang stalkers. They're starting to realize their health is declining. They're realizing they have no support. And they realize that the support that is being offered to them is someone who has strings attached. And while they may have left one community gang stalker, they realize another community gang stalker just wants them for personal gain. So codependent community gang stalkers are realizing codependency can get them killed. Why? Because, codependency tells you I need someone around me all the time. Codependency says I want someone around me all the time. And predators, it's hard to harm somebody who's extremely independent. Predators are targeting codependents now. Predators used to target free spirits, but then they started realizing free spirits are outsmarting them. So predators feel they'll appear more smarter than codependent community gang stalkers who are trying to blend into society, and they're willing to capture codependents. So this is where you have apathetic individuals who normally used to just watch predators do predatory shit. Apathetic individuals are starting to realize the healthy people don't want shit to do with them. The codependence is just going to bring trouble to them. Codependents are starting to, apathetics are starting to realize we need to raise awareness on codependency, because I can be having a good moment by myself enjoying my food, and because I didn't pick the phone up while I was eating, a codependent will have the audacity to come around and say, is something wrong? I called you. You didn't pick up. Or things have changed. Is everything okay? Gaslighting, okay? And at this point, apathetics are like, I see why that sensitive person is ready to just be done with them. So apathetics are starting to step in and help get rid of codependent community gang stalkers, okay? Because they want to be able to have a mature conversation where somebody can call them and say, hey, I called you. I just wanted to make sure all was well. Well, I was eating. Well, I understand if you didn't pick up the phone. You had to go, enjoy your meal. Enjoy every moment, because we don't know when our last days are here. Apathetics are just simply tired of the drama that codependent community gang stalkers bring. Codependents have been over abusing gaslighting to the point that if you're quiet and you don't talk to them and they're trying to condition you to speak to them every day, they'll likely go behind their back and gossip and say, I think something's wrong with such and such. And then they'll try to paint the picture, watch out for this person, or something's wrong with that person. So you'll notice a whole bunch of people just watching you, and it's just like somebody is just putting bugs in people's ears. And then when what they say doesn't happen, they'll say, well, I was just concerned. So you got codependent community gang stalkers trying to act as if their feminine energy is of a caring nature, but really it's just of a nosy ass nature, and they're trying to thieve and get away with something. Codependent community gang stalkers, they don't have the energy to start from scratch to build a fortune. They just want to go in and take from somebody who already has. So be mindful. If you have a codependent community gang stalkers trying to blend into society so they don't get caught for their crimes, no worries. Redirect them. Because while they may not take that advice, somebody else around you gonna hear it. And these people, because they're starting to realize codependency attracts predators, let's just say people will stop playing victim in 2023. 2023 is where codependent community gang stalkers will not play victim, because it's going to actually get them caught for community gang stalking that they're trying to act as if they have no part of. Okay? And I felt like that message needed to come out, because I feel like I'm not the only one that's just had it up to here. Like, yo, this not the time to be playing victim around me when you bring the shit over here. Okay? So without further ado, let's cleanse the energy. And remember, redirect.